to the TED Ed podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Okay, man, we here. Get those two answers, man. You got them, so you might well give them up.
Yesterday, we were talking about TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And TikTok, Kevin O'Leary. You know who Kevin O'Leary is? Kevin O'Leary is the person that does those little shows about, people come on their show and invest, and they want to sell their product, and they're looking for investors.
Oh, you talking about the shark? Shark?
Yeah,
Shark?
the shark.
Yeah, shark.
But there are other ones that's trying to buy it too, or wants to buy it. And they were saying that in the article that as most likely will go with another IT company that's already set up, like Verizon, Microsoft, Oracle, Amazon. So that's the big fight right now. But we haven't heard anything what's going to happen.
Well, I've been reading up on that too and everything, and what I've been seeing and everything is that they have the case is going before the Supreme Court to find out can the Congress and stuff tell them what to do, that they can't operate here in the United States. So they're waiting on this court case to come before the Supreme Court. And if they don't get any answer and stuff from the Supreme Court by January the 19th, I guess the law, for them not to be there stands. So they're hoping that the Supreme Court will give them an answer and stuff and tell the Congress that to go to hell. And actually, the Trump got involved in that. He sent the court a letter and stuff and told them to hold off on it until after he takes office, and to allow him to deal with it. So he's and Trump and everything. He's probably got his hands out, and somebody then probably promised him some cash if he denies their the Congress or whatever. So he's I don't know if he's going to get his way or not, but it looks like it might happen because most of the things that he has asked the Supreme Court to do, they've done it, except for today. Oh man, he is officially a criminal. A sentenced criminal.
He's a felon.
Oh, well, a felon. Okay, that's fine. Same thing, I guess. I don't know. He's a sentenced felon.
With no time. No time and no fine.
Yes, sir. He's a felon. And then go walking into the White House as a felon. Oh man. And he can't pardon himself. Because it's a state crime.
He was on TV talking about he's going to appeal it, of course.
Well,
That's going to be his big.
I don't know what he can do about it right now. The man has been sentenced, and he's has been tried by a jury of his peers. I don't care what he says. I'm not guilty because I can't name a criminal who went through the court system that told the judge, "Yes, I'm guilty." Very few of them do that. Most of them say, "I'm not guilty. I didn't do it," and know they did it. So he's like any other felon who's in prison. I'm innocent. Oh man. So what does that mean to us as a country and stuff? What happened today with the Donald?
We continue to be a laughing stock. And then they say, they say that if you're a felon, aren't your traveling is limited?
No, the way the judge, I guess, put his sentence and stuff, he is not on probation or anything, but uh if he doesn't do anything wrong for a certain period of time, then the judgment or whatever supposedly falls off of him. I don't know. I don't know how that works because he made some special concessions and everything for him because he was the president. Very special concessions for him. So
Well, he fought like a dog for 4 years to stay out of jail, and it worked for him, didn't
some stuff that fell out of your mouth.
it? Ain't nothing fell out of my mouth.
Yes, it did. You can't be sitting on here with your mouth full trying to talk. Anyway,
I gotta have my lunch, bro.
well, it's 3:00. Lunch at 3:00. Anyway, we got a president who is a felon. I just I don't know, man. I'm just at all with everything that's going on right now in this crazy, crazy, crazy world, crazy country anyway.
Well,
So
we in the era of stupidity and grifters. The next one is the company I was trying to think of was Nordstrom's. Now Nordstrom's was going broke; they was losing a lot of money, and guess who bought it? The Nordstrom's family decided to sell it to El Porto de Liverpool.
to who?
I'm gonna say it again. El Porto de Liverpool. This is a Mexican retail group. They acquired it December of 24. And they bought it for 6.25 billion. This is an upscale retail store that's pretty much all over the country. Nordstrom's. I used to go there all the time when I used to buy clothes. I don't buy clothes no more. But they have very nice clothes. They have very nice shoes. That's what I really like, their shoes. I haven't did any kind of research on this company, but they own a lot of companies in this country. A lot of companies. So those are the two companies. One of these days I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do some research on that company. Because they laid out 6.25 billion. Because retail now, we already discussed that. They're not, the retail is going down as far as going into the stores. People are buying stuff online. Billions and billions of dollars are being spent online now. Nobody go to the malls. This this one Nordstrom store that we have in this area, Hillsborough County, is in International Mall, which is a huge upscale mall in Tampa.
Okay.
So, and it's nice. I mean, I'm telling you, man, that their stores are always nice, and the workers and retail people are very nice. But the thing is, we're doing a transition, bro. Malls are going down the tubes like crazy.
Down the tube, man. What you telling? Down the tubes, because like, man, I do most of my shopping online now.
Yeah,
Almost everything, man, is online. So I don't know how. I really don't know how these other stores are going to function and stuff. They're going to have to figure out a way, Ted, to get people out and come to their stores. So what are you going to do? I know Macy's and stuff is supposed to be going out of business here because I've been getting a lot of emails from them and stuff, asking to come in and buy, and they got all kind of discounts and stuff that they trying to get people to come in to their stores to buy their products and everything. So according to their news report and everything, they're getting ready to close a bunch of stores and stuff this year because they're losing money.
yeah.
And Christmas wasn't a very good time for them at all. So I don't know. We This is a new era that's coming in, Ted, and I don't know exactly how these other stores are going to prosper unless they have a online presence and do something about shipping and their stuff out the door. And so it looks like they're going to have to change a little bit. They're going to probably have to have that store we can come into to buy some things, but uh, most of them people are going to be buying things online.
Yeah, that's the trend.
So there's not a lot that we can do here. All right. Change it. You all done with that one?
Go ahead.
Okay. I had an email to come in to me. I Every day, man, I get probably 600, 700, 800 emails a day.
Ooh.
And oh yeah, I get a lot. Even after the election, I thought it was going to die off, but I'm still getting a lot of emails and stuff every day. If I don't clear out my inbox and stuff, man, it gets huge. If I wait 2 or 3 days, the day may be 2 or 3 thousand emails in there.
Mm.
So I mean, a lot of people be emailing. But something happened this morning, and I usually don't look at political people's email. And this senator, Elizabeth Warren, sent out this email. And I just so happened I read it. It says, and she puts it in there so where everybody who gets the email, their name pops up first. So it says, Edward, it's important to remember that Trump, not the cause of everything that's broken in America. He's not the cause. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong, he has certainly poured gasoline on the fire, but blaming Trump for all of our problems is not going to put the fire out. There are systemic issues that led to someone like him getting elected in the first place.
Mm.
He is the worst symptom of a corrupt system that rewards the rich and powerful at the expense of everyone else.
Mm.
This system has plagued us for years. It's a system where, and remember we said this yesterday, Reagan's triple down experiment failed and is still failing America's middle class. A system that has made it harder and harder to start and join a union. A system that says that companies donating exorbitant amounts of money to a political campaign is a form of free speech. A system where the government bailed out banks rather than homeowners after the 2008 financial crisis. a system that allows a family to go bankrupt because they dare to receive medical care, a system that allows minority rule in our government because of a racist, archaic filibuster
Wait a
rule.
minute. She wrote all this?
Yes, she did. It's all in this
Oh,
email. Look, we must call out and tend to the root causes of the deep problems in our economy, our government, our democracy, the problems that existed way before Donald Trump rolled down the elevator in 2015. That's what I'm focused on while we also fight back against whatever harm the Trump administration brings us over the next 4 years. And the Democratic Party must fight back with defiant action instead of just pushing back with great reluctance, while also connecting the dots between today's crisis, yesterday's systemic causes, and the solutions we're challenging. It's going to take a lot of work to untangle this system with political leaders fighting for the bold solutions and strong grassroots movements calling for a better way forward. That's why it is so important for us to stay in this fight.
very
She
good
wrote
letter.
that. She sent that out and wrote it. And I'm reading that to you guys and stuff because I I think that Elizabeth has really put some fat on her head, man, because most of that stuff she's
Hey,
saying is true.
it's what we call woke.
Yeah. Most of that stuff she said is true. It did start back with Reagan and that trickle down mess that he started.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying all along, bro.
Yeah. And for her to come out and say it and tell people this, I don't know how many people she sent this email to, but I got it. I'm on one, I guess one of her mailing lists or whatever, because I get emails from almost all the
No, you
congressmen. And
special. You special.
yeah, I'm not special. I I I write stuff and I join the different groups and stuff and everything in their mailing list. So I'm here. Anyway, I thought that was great. She put she put the hammer on the nail. The hammer on the nail. So in essence and stuff, I think if I'm hearing and reading her right, she's saying that what our duty and stuff is as liberals or whatever, conservatives or whatever, is that this man is we'll pour some gasoline on the fire, but we have to deal with the root cause of what brought him into power in the first place.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's these, and they do some of it, but they don't have the intellect and savvy and time to get on this internet, Facebook, X, or formerly Twitter, and all these other social media things. There's a group that's out there, bro, that anything that a black person accomplished that's putting it out there, they're dogging it. Anytime there's an issue with transgender or whatever, they put it out there in a negative light. Anytime there's progress as what somebody's doing and helping people, they put it out there as a negative light. So the point is that how you stop this, and then you just had uh, Zuckerberg say that he's not going to no longer fact check. Now here's the thing. I don't know how true it is, but they say that he had 40,000 people fact checking all of this stuff that goes on Facebook and all the rest of those sites that he has, Thread and the other one. So if you got that many people, I'm sure they're not all part time. They probably They are not full time. They part time, and they probably work for somebody, some other company. But they fact checking all this stuff, and then they eliminated. But now it's free reign now. So they can put all that propaganda out there and anything they want. I go on my Facebook and I just block them because I don't want to hear that mess. I don't want to hear that mess because I get upset and then I make comments and then they're gonna get mad at me. And I done that in the last week. So I don't know.
Well, I don't go to Facebook. I hate giving Mark Zuckerberg my anything that I got that he is profiting off of. And if
Oh, you got something against him?
huh?
You got something against him?
Well, in actuality, Ted, anything that you guys put on to Facebook, and as long as you guys are on there, he's profiting from that because people are paying him for ads to go on these folks' pages. And if you got a page out there and it's very popular and stuff and everything, he's profiting from your assets. And I'm refused to let him profit from my assets because I can put out a lot of stuff out there and probably get a lot of people just like you are who are following you, who are bashing you over the head, and they don't care what goes on. They are profiting from you guys' presence on their platform.
Well,
And
that's
and
another form of fighting, though, Ed. That's
well,
another form. That's another form of fighting and correcting because I don't do it as much as I used to. But there's a lot of people. I read the stuff. A lot of people, boy, they be bringing facts when those people start bringing those lies and propaganda and all that kind of stuff, misinformation, untrue stuff. People, they counteract it. I don't have to say nothing because there's too many smart people out there now. They all know. So it's another way of putting it out there. And let me tell you, I don't call people names, but a lot of these people, boy, I'm talking about both sides. They be calling them all kind of names, and telling them how dumb and stupid they are by you following Trump or vice versa. So, but it's just a group of people that like to do that. I just like to every once in a while, maybe for a few minutes, just to check and see what people are thinking. Just like I like to listen to C-SPAN, and they have an open forum, every morning for about an hour, hour and a half. And while I'm doing other stuff, I'll be listening to the people and what they're thinking. And the one thing that I have found out, and I'm not talking about all white women, boy, it's a lot of them, boy. Woo! It's some mean white women out there, bro. I didn't know it was that many, but it's a lot of them. They have no empathy for nobody. They don't care. They don't care. There's a lot of them out there. I don't know if these are real Americans. They just got off the boat. They're getting paid or what. But there's a lot of them out there putting all that propaganda out there. And they doing it on live radio shows. They're doing it on live TV shows. They're doing it on all kind of places. And, the average person don't keep up. If you're working 8, 10 hours a day, you ain't paying no attention to that stuff. And then you might be listening to the radio or you come in and you watch the news or whatever, or maybe you might watch a little bit of C-SPAN and they can influence you. That's the problem why 90 million people didn't vote. They've been influenced not to vote. And that's our problem. We don't get enough people engaged. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say a little bit of this, but it's not, I'm changing subjects, but it's not really pertinent to what I'm talking about. But you remember Linda Kahn, the commissioner of Federal Trade Commission. Man, she doing work, bro. She doing work. And she ain't got but a few weeks. And the thing is, that FTC, I don't know if they're gonna clean house or what, but man, they got people in there working. I was just looking at their website and looking at the things they say. But I just wanted to bring this up. Protecting the public. This is what they do. This is their mission. From deceptive or unfair business practices and from unfair methods of competition through law enforcement, advocacy, research, and education. That's their mission. I looked up one thing. There's a lot of stuff they got here, but the one thing that's tied in with DOJ is mergers and acquisitions. 2024, 14,078,000 mergers and acquisitions. We talking major corporations buying these mid-sized corporations, buying them out. 2023, 16,786. Now you think about that. That's how these major corporations get monopolies. And that's what she's been fighting these past few years. And what it does, whenever you get a monopoly and you have control of that market share, let's say you start off with 30%, now you done bought 4 or 5 companies, either you merged or you acquired it. Now you got 60% of the market share. There's no competition, bro. When you don't have competition, that means other companies cannot make money. Go ahead, I'll come back. You got something else? I'll come back.
Well, I beg to differ slightly and stuff with you, Theodore.
Okay, what do you beg the difference about?
I think it's capitalism in its rare form. And I don't see anything wrong with it in a certain sense. That if you look at these little small startups, you go back to what you were talking about Shark, about how these billionaires are sitting there and these people are portraying their products and stuff to these folks and stuff and getting them to come on to invest and stuff and their ideas that they have. If you are a small startup and you got a damn good idea or a damn good product that you want to put out there, we can look back at a lot of these companies and stuff and everything they started up and everything, and one of them I can probably throw at you is Uber. That idea came from some kid, 2 kids and stuff sitting there in their little apartment and stuff and deciding that they wanted to start something and everything, and Uber has become a huge company and stuff now and everything that's bringing in a lot of money to a lot of people, driving people around and doing things. And that idea and stuff came from them. Now, they could have let themselves become bought out and stuff by some big conglomerate, but what they did, they didn't. They kept a lot of those things in-house because they knew they had something and they had enough money to keep that company and to build it up. But there are a lot of startups and stuff out there, Ted, and we talked about this, that you got startups and stuff that's going out there, they got good ideas. So once they bring their idea to fruition, and this big company and stuff finds out that they can buy this product and stuff out and everything, and sometimes they'll take it and they expand upon the product, and sometimes they'll just take it and kill it. They won't let it come about anymore. But those folks and stuff who created this thing into their startup, they're making these people millionaires. So they're putting money in their pockets and stuff and everything, so they can go out and do other things and stuff with their millions of dollars, and maybe uh, help some other startups and stuff to get started. So there's some positives and stuff I'm trying to say in the fact that these big conglomerates are buying up these folks and everything that they think that are a threat to their products that they have out there. Somebody is making money and stuff off of that. You when you start buying up these little companies, you got the banks are making money, the uh, your folks who own the product and stuff are making the money. The lawyers are making money. So there's a whole group of people and stuff and everything whose lives and stuff are dependent upon them doing this thing. So it's probably not going down to the poor folks and stuff and everything, but the people and stuff who do work and stuff real hard and everything to do that are making money and stuff off of these acquisitions. So there is some positive going on there. Yes, there are some negative sides of it. Yes, you're buying up the competition, but we have to look at some of those positive too and figure out that some things are going good, even though it looks bad. And Linda Khan, is that her first name, Linda Khan? I think her name
Yes,
is Linda.
yes,
Now, girlfriend is a bad son of a gun. She is a mess out there, and she is a thorn in them fools' side. And they are chomping at the bit to see her get thrown out of her job. But I'm hoping and praying and stuff that somebody else out there figures out that she has a lot of knowledge and stuff and everything, and do something about keeping her out there in the public's eye and doing things and stuff to help folks and stuff to combat all these bad things that are going on. Because some of the things that she is fighting a lot of people and stuff to before she came into that job was letting that stuff go by. And she came there and put some backbone in those folks and stuff and everything and say, hey, we got to protect our public. We have to protect the people out there from these raiders, these corporate raiders. So that's my take.
well, what you're saying is absolutely right to a point, because there are people that start businesses and come up with ideas, and their whole goal is for somebody to buy them out.
Buy them out.
However, what I'm saying is that when you have mergers and acquisitions, there are companies that deliberately try to make, like, for example, the food industry. I mean, there's only 10 companies in the food industry, and they control hundreds, if I dare say thousands of products from one company. But they still, these like iconic trademarks, these companies, these foods, you say Wonder Bread, you know what Wonder Bread is. You say Oreo cookies, you know what that is. You say whatever, you know. So therefore, it's already a brand. And so whoever makes it or whoever is running it, the consumer don't know. But it's this major corporation that's running it. And then you see when you buy stuff, when they want to cut back, they cut back on flavor, they cut back on sizes, and they go up on price
But guess
because
what
you are
happens?
used to buying that product.
But guess what happens when that happens, Ted? Guess what happens when they do that? It opens the door for another small person to come out there and fill in for that flavor and that taste and stuff that they have left out of their products. Because there are people out there and stuff who are caterers and stuff like that. They're making cakes, they're making all the other stuff and everything. And when people find out that these folks and stuff are making some good cakes and pies or whatever, they're going to start buying it because the flavor is
Oh, I
there.
don't disagree with that, Ed, but what
Right.
I'm
That's what I'm
just
saying.
saying,
So if they do that, there is something that can be done and everything to combat them doing that. So there are checks and balances out there, and those checks and balances and stuff come from a capitalistic system.
correct. But the point is that the whole thing is not being a monopoly.
Well,
That's the
I'm
problem.
not saying that is wrong and stuff, Ted. I'm just saying that sometimes when you find evil, you can also find good. That's all I'm saying. That there are ways and stuff that you can combat the evil. Look at this uh, uh, merger that the folks and stuff decided. The Department of Justice just said we're not going to let it happen, and that was Kroger and this other company out there. These big grocery store conglomerate, and they wanted to turn around there and buy up all the daggone stores there, and they stopped it. Well, if it went through, if for some reason it had went through and they turned themselves into this huge conglomerate and stuff and everything to create money and stuff for them and profit and stuff off of that, it opens the door then for your local folks and stuff and everything to start owning some of these grocery stores and stuff and everything, which has happened and stuff in some areas of this country. I have been to some of these, been to Alabama and Mississippi and stuff, and these huge stores and stuff have bought up all their big time stores. And what they did was they closed down those nonprofit stores. Well, the employees at these stores decided that they wanted to keep the store in their community because they knew that people needed it. So they bought the store. And now the employees on there, it still has their name on it, employee owned. And the people in the local community and stuff are prospering and stuff from that.
And that's correct. And that's where it should be. I mean, that's called co-op. But the
Okay,
point
right.
is,
Absolutely.
here's the
So
deal, though. Here's the
so
deal.
so this is a bad thing that they did that because they're going to jack up prices and they're going to close stores. We know that because if you aren't making them that profit level, they're going to close that store. So when they close that store, man, it opened the door for some opportunities and stuff, and we need to jump into those opportunities. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's a section here that they have. And I was trying to find it, I can't find it, but I'll just tap on it for a couple minutes. They have a list of companies where you can get refunds.
Mm-hmm.
Like AT&T overcharged. One of the stories I read was Progressive Leasing,
Mm-hmm.
and they over. What that is that what they handle is how people go in and they say we're gonna pay and then we'll just pay on time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they found out that some of these people pay 2 and 3 times the amount that they're supposed to pay. They're just paying every month, boom, 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 paying it, and then it's yours. So it's a bunch of companies that, what this one particular company I just read on that story, so they got sued. FTC got after them. And it's a bunch of companies that's out there fraudulently uh, getting these people in all kind of ways. And that's what FTC does. And the thing is that a lot of people are not aware of all the things that this particular agency does. If they cut that out and don't have serious people going after these people, that's another thing we got to look at.
And those things are getting ready to happen.
And they have
And
a $483 million budget, and only 1,000 people work for them in the organization.
that and they are that low hanging fruit that the Dodge folks and stuff are talking about getting that low
Yeah,
hanging fruit. And what do
it's
we
not
do?
even $1 billion.
What do we do about that low hanging fruit?
Well, the thing is that when you have a Federal Trade Commission that's looking out for people and consumers, especially, that's the main thing, and small businesses, that's getting gypped,
Hmm.
you won't have that because what they do is they refer all that over to DOJ.
Okay.
And then they decide whether they want to take it to court or not and sue these
Oh,
people.
okay.
So,
True.
like I said, that's one of the departments that I'm gonna keep my eye on and see if they are doing anything like this lady is doing, which I doubt very seriously they will.
Well, there
If
are.
they don't shut the whole thing down, I don't know. They might shut the whole thing.
They probably will to save that money. They probably shut it down. So what does that leave? That leaves a opening and stuff for some other agency or some other
Or they leave a couple
governmental
hundred
body.
workers and they can't do nothing.
Yeah, well, they leave the agency open for some other bodies to come in and to take over. Uh, you've got attorney generals in all of these states and stuff and everything who have the power to come out and sue these folks and everything if these agencies don't exist. So we have alternative things that are happening, but you do need a centralized agency and everything to federal agency to be the watchdog out there because these state attorney generals and stuff and everything, they're already overworked and everything. So for them to go out and deal with some of this stuff and everything is it's a big budget and stuff for the state. So, but it, that may be our alternative. I don't know. I'm just saying that might be something else that could happen and stuff. Even if these agencies are taken down, which I know they will be, Ted, and we know that we're going to lose some of these agencies. So, what do we do after we lose them? This Consumer Financial Protection Board, the one that Senator Warren and stuff got started before she became a senator, they're probably going to lose them, and also they're going to take them and then cut them up because he started doing that in his first administration, taking this Consumer Financial Protection Board and everything and cutting the crap out of them. But after Biden came back in, they built the agency back up. So eventually, and we know that Trump gonna and his boys, his gang of thieves, are going to take it and cut their throat again. So hopefully she can figure out a way and everything to keep them going and to keep them viable, but they won't be as powerful and stuff as they have been during the Democratic administrations. I had to throw something in here, Ted, because we're getting at the end of the Biden administration, and like you just said, there's a lot of things that is getting ready to go on that these people are throwing at us and stuff right quick and stuff now. I just wanted to bring something up about this young lady who we had spoke about back in I think May and stuff of this year. The the assistant U.S. attorney Christian Clark, the Civil Rights Division. Something happened here in Atlanta that she is responsible for. The federal prison here in Atlanta and stuff has been cited and stuff for a big mess that's going on for their sanitary conditions, for a lot of things that are going wrong. And these people in these prisons and stuff here, their civil rights and everything are being violated. Also, the Fulton County Jail and stuff and everything has been cited by the Civil Rights Division, Christian Clark, and they have a federal decree and stuff set up against the federal prison down here and also the Fulton County jail down here. People are dying in those places and stuff and everything from unsanitary conditions, lack of medical care. They got kids and stuff and everything who are being sent to these prisons and stuff and everything, who are juveniles who are stuck in this county jail until they can be moved into the juvenile system or whatever. And they've had several deaths and everything that happened in these prisons and stuff there. And so right now, this is probably going to be her final move here, because I know that as soon as Trump gets his attorney general in there, girlfriend is definitely not going to have her job anymore. So I want to give her kudos and stuff for getting out there and doing what she has done and stuff for the Civil Rights Division. And this will be remembered as her final move and stuff and everything in her job. So thank you, Kristen Clark.
Yeah, we talked about her a few weeks ago.
But we did have a big thing on her back in May
Yeah.
of 2024. Yeah, a big thing about her, talking about her and what she was doing. So
There were some issues in Mississippi.
right, yeah. So we they're taking some. They're going to be taking some good people and stuff, Ted, out of these departments, and we're going to have to contend with, I guess, whatever that we get and everything that the Civil
Well,
Rights
there's
Division.
consequences, Ed.
Yep,
It's consequences.
it's
These people don't
consequences.
realize this ain't no joke.
Yeah,
These little things are pockets of things that's doing and helping people. And these people don't realize you might not be affected, but there are other people that's being affected by this stuff. All you thinking about is yourself. Well, they shouldn't have did this or they shouldn't have did that. Everybody makes mistakes, but you don't supposed to be treated like some damn animal.
true. But most of the time, Ted, it's just like people, just like you just said, they're not listening. Well, it don't affect me, and they're not. They got blinders and stuff on. All they can think of is what's in front of them. But it's the world and stuff is a 360-degree view here. There's a lot of things that can go on around you
Say it again.
that you don't think that will affect you,
360 degrees.
but in the end, it will affect you.
Yeah.
When these folks and stuff start talking about, I'm cutting Medicare, I'm cutting Medicaid, and your sister or your aunt or your grandmother is over there on Medicare and Medicaid, it is affecting you. And these folks are talking about cutting these programs out. If you getting food stamps and somebody says we're cutting SNAP, and these folks are looking around here and carrying on, what the hell is SNAPs? Do you know where you're getting your food stamps from, brother? Do you know where your food stamp is coming from?
They ain't gonna do nothing. They got duped.
Yeah, well, Ted, this is oh man, I'm just flabbergasted and stuff of the ignorance and stuff and everything, and I'm saying that word, ignorance of my people.
Well, Ed, I'm gonna tell you, you can't blame it on us because we had over almost 65, 70% voting rate. Still wasn't enough, but it still should have been more. But that's a high rate. I was reading an article the other day. Minnesota and Wisconsin had over 75% voting rate. Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
The average is a little over 50-some% nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a little higher than that, but I'm just saying, it's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. These people don't realize, man, it's who you put in there and you got to vote. That's our saving grace right there, brother. Politics is in everything. You ain't got that park over there so your kids can play. You ain't got that little baseball field where your kids can play baseball. You ain't got that center that you should have in your community.
Hey, man,
That's why.
we understand, but there's that's where my statement of ignorance and stuff comes from. All right, and I'm saying, hey, you need to know what the heck's going on around you, and that these things do affect you in some way or another, and some people can't see that, and it's hard for them to see it. And then when you explain it to them, they still don't understand.
But here's the thing. Then the first thing they want to do when things ain't going right, they want to get out there and march.
Yeah, ain't no more marching. They got laws out there against these marching stuff going on. They talking about putting folks in jail. Now, Ted, you and I both know that in 2021, January the 6th, if there had have been black folks out there marching to the Capitol, it'd have been a mass murder going. It'd have had a mass murder going on. It'd have been a mass murder. It'd have been in the history books, but it's a mass murder. We got to stop these angry black folks and stuff. Shoot to kill. It'd have been mowing them down, buddy. Oh, so our marching days is over. We're going to have to find another weapon. That's all I'm saying. We got to find us another weapon other than marching. Something that everybody can get involved in and do, and people understand that there is value and stuff in that we're going to get something accomplished. I don't know what that is going to be, but just like we asked the other day, where's our leaders at? Where's our Reverend Barbers and our Jesse Jacksons and our Martin Luther Kings and H. Rap Browns and and Malcolm X's? I don't know.
I'm gonna switch gears here right quick.
Go ahead.
Remember I
You
was
got
talking about.
about 3 minutes, man, and we're gonna have to do our
Remember
final
I was
word.
talking about Melanie Hobson, CEO of Ariel. She's a financial guru. Came from the west side of Chicago, south side of Chicago. Grew up poor.
Go ahead.
Youngest in her family. Went to Princeton. And now she's the president. She started off as an intern and moved up as the CEO of Ariel Investments.
Yep.
I don't know if she's doing this on purpose. She got a publicist out there or somebody's pushing her up. I don't know what's going on because she's married to a multi-billionaire.
Absolutely. White guy.
And the thing is, every time you look around, there's a story on her. And you know what they do? They push you up and then they tear you down. Because they're going to be looking and investigating. She got almost $17 billion that she invests in, she invests with people. They probably wonder, what is she doing with that money? How's that money being invested?
Man, her husband is white, buddy.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah, he
husband is
married
white.
that TV guy, movie guy that
Right.
makes
He's a
all
movie
those.
producer. Yes. He did a lot of some of the big movies out there. He did, and made a bunch of money off of it. But he white, so I don't know how that much that they're going to bother her, knowing that her husband is white. Now,
Well,
if
I'm
she had
just saying we're gonna keep our eye on her because
oh yeah.
she's a very.
Well, her husband started the business out for her. He gave her about $2 or $3 billion and stuff, and told her to do what she wanted to do with it.
I don't know about. No, she had been working for that company before she met him.
He gave her a $2 or $3 billion, buddy. I'm
I'm
telling
just
you, go
saying
back and
that.
look at the history.
I'm just saying Ed, that she's been working for that place for ever since in the '90s, bro.
But he gave her the money to get her
He
company and
gave
stuff
her some
started.
money. She already, the company already had money, but he
Well,
invested. Yeah, you're right. You're probably right on that.
yeah,
But
he
what I'm
did. He
saying,
he 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 put her out there on the map. But go ahead.
all I'm saying is that I'm just concerned.
Well, I don't think you need to be concerned about girlfriend. I think she's that she's a very smart woman, Ted. A very, very smart woman. I know that she went out and she loves her white husband and everything, but she's a very smart woman, a black woman. And I don't have any problems and stuff with what she's done because she has used her money and stuff to and a lot of philanthropic adventures and stuff out there. So she she does things for our community and for people in our community also, along with her other investors.
I
So
agree. I mean, I'm just saying,
yeah,
when you get that much publicity and then just from, but like I said, it might be her PR people that's pushing her out there for whatever reason. Maybe she's trying to get more money, and more investors, or maybe that's the deal.
probably,
I don't know.
I would guess because she's been gone from a small. If she's up to $32 billion and stuff, she did some. She's been
No,
doing
she
some
up to 17, almost 17 billion.
17 billion. Well, she's still doing some money out there. Anyway, final word, brother. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. I listen to a lot of conservative radio. I have never heard so much misinformation being said. And they never talk about the good things that the other side is doing. They always, if the bad side uh, says something, it's all about what the other people are not doing. They never say what they're doing or what they're trying to do. So, their thing is DEI. Talking about that, they emphasizing, they got female firefighters and all that kind of stuff, or why is that person a president of Harvard and all of this mess. So it's all about division, but they don't think it's division. What they call is, just like the guy said, well, we need men to be out there, not big strong men to be out there fighting them fighters. I'm just saying. You gotta watch. You got these people are putting some propaganda out there, and if you ever listen to some of these people, man, it's just and I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh and all of them just to see what they're thinking, what they're saying, and when they have call in, I listen to their callers, and it's stupidity all the way, bro. It's all about tearing down the country.
Mm.
This is all. I don't know what they're trying to do or where they're trying to go or what they're trying. You know, obviously it's about keeping it white male. I understand that, and then they get some of these women to get on their side, obviously, because 52% of them voted for Trump.
Mm.
So hey, more power to them if they think. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this, and God don't like ugly. That's just all I'm gonna say about that. God don't like ugly, and you keep on being ugly, keep on mistreating people.
Well, my thing is that, and let our audience and the folks out there know that we have politicians out there who are supposed to be working for us, and we need to get out there and get involved. And that's the main thing. Along with voting, once you vote, you still got to get out there and get involved. And I know that our person and stuff did not win the White House, but it doesn't mean that we lost. It doesn't mean that we lost everything. There are still things going on out there. We still have politicians and stuff out there who are out there in the fight and everything, and we need to support them. We need to keep on supporting them. We need to do like we talk about all the time. Your things that happen locally and stuff, you need to get involved in. Your local elections, get involved in your local elections. Those things are going on now. The the major presidential election is over with. Now you got to start dealing with your state and your local bodies. There's a lot of things going on in the state. There's a lot of things going on locally. There's mayoral elections. There's school board elections. There's all kinds of stuff going on that is going to depend upon you out there doing something, because you can't just because it's not a presidential election, you're going to just stop and go into the holes. I ain't got to vote anymore. Yes, you do. You got to get involved. And like
I
I'm
just
seeing
wish
in,
our people stop
yeah,
listening to these.
yeah, if
these.
there's an election going on in Virginia and stuff. They had two special elections and stuff going on in Virginia. They had to do with their legislature and everything, and they got a Republican governor, so they took back the house, their state house, and their senatorial branch and stuff of government, their legislative branch, and it stopped the Republicans from coming in and taking it. You got an election and stuff that happened down there in North Carolina where there is a Democratic uh, judge and stuff and everything that's supposed to be appointed to her judgeship and everything, and the Republicans and stuff have been filing all kinds of lawsuits and stuff and everything. The lady won, but they have not certified her election. So those things are going on around the country. There are different groups and stuff out there now who are taking action. They have meetings going on. They have a call for people to come in and help, to call and talk, to help them to put get qualified candidates and stuff for these local offices and stuff. You need to get out there and decide and stuff. If you don't want to run for office, support somebody else who's going to be sitting out there and doing things and stuff that will help you, and not just the other folks on the other side. So you don't do it, whatever comes to you. If you can't get your state attorney or whatever, they have those elections going on. They got, like I said, they got mayoral elections, got county boards and stuff. So hey, you got to start putting people on those boards and stuff that's going to help you. We can't expect a lot from the federal government, so we're going to have to do a lot locally. That's my thing. Anything else, Mr. Harvey?
I agree, man.
Anything else, Mr. Harvey?
I agree. That's all I can say. I agree.
Mr. Harvey agrees. So we had agreement. Bye-bye.